Good afternoon once again, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Book Nerd 802, and in this video I am going to be reviewing Fire Punch Volume 3. I have already reviewed volumes 1 and 2 on my channel, and this one I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. It has about 200 pages, and there will be a couple of spoilers ahead, so definitely stay tuned for those, especially if you haven't yet read the series or watched it. And this one was translated into English by Christine Dashiell. Shout out to her as well. So, as enjoyable as the series is to read, I don't feel as though much is happening, to be honest, despite the cliffhanger towards the end of the volume where Agni, our main character, the guy on fire, the guy who says fire punch in this volume, he meets the Ice Witch, who is the character which looks much like his dead sister Luna, and the Ice Witch is also the reason as to why the whole world is suffering, by the way. And during this volume, Agni prepares to fight with and exact his revenge on Doma, but instead some extremely powerful blessed characters show up and attack him, and this was originally part of Togata's plan, but Agni kind of bypasses this and he decides to save a bunch of prisoners instead of looking for Doma trying to kill him, and he saves a bunch of prisoners which in Behemdorg are used as firewood just to sustain the city. Basically, people's lives don't have any value. And there is this thing which I came across, I think it was in Berserk, something which really resonated with me. The first volume, if people do not live in the way they wish to live, then they might as well die. And the residents of Behemdorg are basically that. Honestly, they are just being used as firewood. They might as well die since they can't live the way they want to, but instead they have Agni there to save them, so they're pretty lucky. And Neneto is also not given enough credit for saving Sun, and prisoners are saved. Basically, all this firewood is released from prison, and Agni, without a doubt, of course, wins, especially now that he's dressed in attire which is more suitable for him, given to him by Togata. He has some fire-resistant clothing as well. I'm not quite sure how that makes him more powerful, but it apparently does. And he sets the whole of Behemdorg on fire in the process because one of the characters just pushes him into the city, and of course, the fire which Doma used to burn Agni, it will never run out until all the fuel is extinguished, so the whole city is on fire as well now, and that was, I feel, an extremely stupid thing to do, and to be fair, though, to step up for Agni just a bit, he did save many lives in the process as well, regardless of how many he might have killed anyway. But yeah, humans are just regarded as firewood and dehumanized intensely in Behamdorg, and it's horrible to see people dehumanized so badly in a world where resources are so scarce as well. And the people of Behamdorg start to rebel, and some even wind up worshipping Agni as a god, while others perceive him as the devil, but they can't really do anything to destroy him either because he is basically immune to bullets, and even though people try to shoot him, nothing happens to him. So it's very depressing, honestly, to see that the only reason Agni still persists, despite all the pain he's in, despite not having really any purpose to live anymore, all he lives for is because his sister told him to live, and that is also what keeps him going. And for this volume specifically, I had higher expectations considering the quality of the first two volumes, but now it's taken quite a generic turn, although there is still much more to figure out, and I am admittedly rather suspenseful. I look forward to reading volume 4 and the rest of the series as well. And Agni basically just doesn't follow Togata's lead, considering how he basically wanted to direct everything. Togata wanted to direct everything. He wanted to make a movie with Agni and thought he was in charge of both sides of this rebellion, but Agni completely destroyed that plan. And yeah, I am also quite glad to see that Sun is safe once again, despite the fact that he does not have any legs. There is also this thing which still confuses me about guy characters looking like women, and I'm not quite sure, but I think that Togata is apparently a transgender character. That hasn't been revealed yet, but I was kind of spoiled online, so I'm not quite sure about that. But that is all I had to say about Volume 3 of Fire Punch by Tatsuki Fujimoto, the author of Chainsaw Man as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. And I will see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye, guys.